Gather, veterans. It's time to join the fight. The long war begins.
This is The Long War. I'm Robbie B, and joining me tonight are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher, Stephen Fore, an award-winning author and storyteller on the Quantum Froth Dispatches, Mike Haspil.
Wow. I was going to be like, yo, dog, great. Oh, Mike Haspil's here. He's the best.
Got him.
Yeah, that's a hell of an intro, Rob. Thank you very much.
I didn't practice it once. Actually, I guess twice. But yes, you're worth it.
Yeah, thank you. That was really good.
So on your Patreon page, which you need to do a shout out to, can you put your picture from when you were 18? Can you put that on there?
Oh,
that was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it.
I
on
got it. Sub for Snapchat, Mike Haspil, but he only ever does that picture.
Yep, that's the only way you can get it. Snapchat.
I don't even know what Snapchat is. Is that some new thing the kids are doing?
It's like Insta Snaps.
Okay.
It's
don't worry, Haspil, I don't have it either.
It's for dick pics and stuff. So like,
I would do that for my Patreon, but all my pictures look the same.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were saying you'd use a dick pic for your Patreon. But like, all right, well, bold move, Cotton. See how this one plays out.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how to do your business, but
I think I'd have to change the rating on my Patreon page. I'm sure there's a button in there.
You'd have to change a lot of things.
Nobody wants to see that. Oh my goodness. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. I feel like lots of new rules. Orcs, Space Wolves. Haspil's going to start playing competitive 40K again. You heard it here first. And ITC's changing up.
Yeah.
Bold predictions.
Oh, bold predictions. Ooh, can we have a shit talking segment so I can tell the entire world how I'm going to demolish Reese at the Invitational this year?
Well, I don't see why not.
There it is.
I do have a question though. Did he not beat you at the Invitational last year?
We did not play in the Invitational last year.
So at no point.
So we don't have to talk about it. It didn't happen.
Yep,
Gotcha.
I did not lose to him in the Invitational last year. That is, if someone asked me that direct question, that's what it was. Now, I will go in a little bit further about myself. I did lose to the infamous Reese's last year in the third round of the Open. And I don't like to blame things, so I will not. You can ask him about the game, and he has said multiple times since then he appreciated how I took my loss and terrible rolling politely, and we drank beer. So it was good. It was there was no business. I had no business losing that game, but the fates decided for me not to grasp that victory.
That's why I play Chaos, Juice, because Chaos giveth and it taketh.
Yes, it just took it for me that game.
And as long as you understand that, that's why I'm one of those people, when it comes to rolling, it's like, people are like, oh shit, I really hope I roll really good. Or like, damn, I need this motherfucker to fail 6-3 up in vulnerables. I'm just like, Chaos willeth. Whatever Chaos needeth. Like, I just go with it.
It definitely helped me out for the rest of the tournament because everything else after that was all sunshines and rainbows. So
this is the rematch, is what you're saying.
This is the rematch, and I'm here to say I am so confident in this game that I don't even care if I roll nothing but ones, I will still win. Nothing but ones, and I'm winning.
Even ones followed by ones?
Literally.
Into ones. Okay.
So you don't even need dice to win.
Don't actually. It is going to be a stare down competition between Reese and I. I have thrown out the gauntlet. He has accepted that before we touch clocks to start the time, we will shotgun a beer. And furthermore, no matter how stressful it is, no matter how the game is swinging one way or the other, that at the end of battle round 2, we are going to shotgun another beer. Heard it here first. That can only benefit one person. I just pointed at myself for anybody who is driving in their car.
What if it's not shotgunning Coors Light, though? What if it's like shotgunning like a fancy beer?
Like an IPA or something?
I need to
a garbage beer.
I need to immediately amend my gauntlet throwdown by saying has to be light beer. I am providing the beer, matter of fact.
Yeah, there you go. Got to redefine the parameters of victory.
I mean, to be a good sport, you should both have your choice of beers, I feel like, right?
No, got it. You have to pick each other's beer. That's how you make it competitive. You bring his beer and he brings your beer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd be bringing some some serious barley wine.
Yo, Haspil, bring that. I need you to, or Kenny, I need you to go to California and get that beer that Haspil had. He got off the shelf at the store and was
the
like,
one he drank in the kitchen in 4 seconds. Was like, fucking
literally. It's hot outside. I'm gonna drink this entire 22-ounce beer. That's like thick as it looks like it's molasses pouring out of the damn can. And he's like, "This is delicious." Chugged it. We're like, "Damn, did you just chug that?" He's like, "Yep, man, I'm fucked up."
Yeah, it was like immediately, right as Juice looked at it and he goes, "Dude, you just drank a 6-pack in 30 seconds." I was like, I may have fucked up. Like it hit me right when he said that. I was like, oh yeah.
Ooh, I like this. Normally we don't hit up the Q&A, but George, how about Foster's? That's Australian for beer. We will have to shotgun a Foster's. I can do that. I can get behind that. I don't know if Aussies, do they think Foster's is real beer, though?
I don't know, but you can get a 22-ounce tall boy still reserve. The greatest of all beers.
This is going to escalate quickly. They will not want to have us on stream because there will be a shirt off.
Yeah, no, Skins versus Skins 40K edition.
Oh, it's Skins. No, I'm sure we'll see it. I'm sure we will see it. Yeah, I would put you guys on camera. What's the worst that could happen?
We've done, and shout out to the new stream team, which is Jeff Robinson and my boy Frankie Gia Papa. I'm pumped for it.
Looking all fresh with their collared shirts.
It is.
I'm pro collared shirts. I don't know if you guys noticed. Mostly because I look like a child if I don't wear one.
Are you saying collared shirts or college shirts? What are we saying here?
I was thinking he was saying collards, as in in the South.
The Southern food.
Southern collard, a food. Sometimes you get collards on your shirt.
I almost exclusively wear collared shirts. Why do you think I'm classy?
That is very true. You have a collared shirt on right now.
I literally am wearing one right now.
No.
I want you to know that's what we call a blowout collar.
I can't get this one. If you're watching this, I can't get this one. I was like, I got to starch this bitch. It just won't go down.
It's literally in the same position all the time.
It's like my gangster lean. It's just infiltrated my collar.
You look like the
gangster lean if it was 1956.
Yeah, it's a built-in scarf. That only goes down to halfway to your neck.
I think I need to start doing laundry is the thing that I'm learning from this conversation.
I agree.
Anyway, Rob, do some news.
Just do some news. There's stuff coming. You might like it. Whatever. Or don't.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Or don't. Whatever. Man, it is getting kind of hectic out there for sure. We know there's a lot of things on the horizon. Haspil's going to start getting back into competitive play with the new Space Wolf release, which is going on pre-order this week. But it's not just G-Dub. We've got Creature Caster coming out with a new release next week. At some point next week, you'll see some teasers start coming out. Or, if you're following Kenny, you already know exactly what the miniature looks like. There is also X-Wing 2.0 coming out September 13th, which is really starting to catch on. A lot of folks are realizing, oh, hey, maybe this X-Wing thing is a good idea. Lots of Legion miniatures from Star Wars, of course, from FFG. Armada's getting a new ship, Q1. So there's so much stuff out there. And then on the G-Dub side of the hobby, they have everything coming out. You got Titanicus. You've got this new Speed Freak box coming out, which we don't know the pricing on, but from the looks of it, it's going to have a bunch of stuff in it. We'll do a breakdown on that as best we can tell from the rumors. Of course, we're going to already know by the time you're hearing this over the weekend. They'll have a full reveal of it. But the orcs look to be getting a super sweet update. And then we have, of course, the Space Wolves coming out, the Tooth and Nail or Tooth and Claw box. Maybe it's Tooth and Nail, Tooth and Claw. I'm getting my magic cards mixed up. Anyways, all right, well, let's jump into it. So, of course, what is a new Codex, Space Marine Codex release without a Primaris component to it? So this Saturday, you will be able to get your Primaris upgrades for the Space Wolves. That sprue will be $12.50.
Haspil, go no go for launch. Primaris Space Wolves. How does that roll off your tongue?
No, it works.
You like it?
I have some.
Of course he has some. I was like, this motherfucker already paid some.
Until right now, it's not even a thing. Haspil is making up his own fucking models, and he's literally already prepared. I love it.
Yeah. So I do like that new Primaris character that they're gonna have. I dig him, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick up the box just for him. I already have just way too much stuff. So I'll hold out until he gets a blister.
All right, hold on. Don't let your chip misfire on you.
All right.
Let me break this down for you. So it looks like in the box, which retail $150 US, you get a combat squad of Primaris Marines, which go for $35. These are the
intercessors.
The normal intercessors. They're not ETB because it looks like you can put the upgrades on.
Rob, intercessors, inceptors, incessors, inceptor. Which one is it again?
These are the normal guys.
The normal duders or the bolters. Start with an I. So you get a combat squad of those. You get a squad of aggressors that we did some CSI Robbie Bean, and it looks like it is indeed the normal multi-part kit. So you'll be able to make both out of that. So that's a $50 value. Then also Redemptor Dreadnought, the normal multi-part kit, $65.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I love the model, but I hate that kit.
It is thorough. It's very thorough kit.
Yeah, it took me 3 hours to build that, and I was like, I could have literally built the snap fit one in 15 seconds. And it looks the same.
It's close. It's not the same.
It's close. It's not the same.
You only get the Gatler, and you don't get the grenade launcher on the top.
Yeah.
On the Gene Stealer cult side of things, they got the brand new character called an Abominant. Is that a real word? Haspil, fact check me. Real
Abominator?
No, Abominants.
Abominants.
Sure.
Okay. $35.
He can only be an animal because let me tell you, the aberrants from before were absolutely shitty. They are unplayable and expensive right now in the Gene Stealer cult index. So I can only imagine that since they're given new kits and a character, badassery is on the way.
Yeah, and also unless they come out with another box set, the aberrants were only in like the what is it called? What was that big box set? Overkill. So that you were only there was like 4. That was it. That's the only place.
These are new models.
So I'm wondering if they're even going to keep it in the Codex, and if they do, they're going to have to give us an actual new kit, not just the.
That's what they've been previewing, dude. It's literally, I don't know if you guys were into Spawn back in the day, right? But his first line, Todd McFarlane's first line that came out was one of the guys had the street sign. And that was his club, and at the end of the street sign, it had like literally the concrete that was, kept the street sign in. That's what
with like random stray rebar poking out and shit.
Yep.
So there's so you got the special character coming out, then you got the new multi-part squad. Some of them got 3 arms and crazy shit. I'm sure there's all sorts of newer bits that we haven't seen yet. Those will all be probably coming out as a separate box set when Gene Stealer Cult arrives later on. Supposedly early next year is the rumor on the street. So throwing an estimated price on both of those, probably $35 for the character, $60 for the model box because it's 5-man. But it could be $25 if you got to take multiples of them because as Juice knows, the Acolyte Icon Ward is $25 because you can have more than one. So generally, doesn't it seem like if you can have more than one in an army, it's a $25 deal. But if it's like a special character, like a one,
they want to hit you. Yeah, they want to hit you.
They want to hit you for that single pop. So we'll say 35 and we'll say 60. It's up. It's an asterisk on it. It's an asterisk, hard asterisk. Hybrid Metamorphs, their existing kit for 40. Pure Strain Gene Stealers, whatever, they're Gene Stealers, $30.
Yep.
The Alkalite Icon Ward for $25. So you're looking at between the Space Wolves or the Space Wolves, they're really just Primaris, but they come with an upgrade spruce, so that still counts. You're looking at a total value without any upgrade spruce, because we don't have the number of those, at $375.
Whoa.
So about 60% off MSRP. This kit's going to be huge.
Wow.
Huge. Also coming out, of course, is the Codex for $40, data cards for $15, some dice. Haspil already looked at the dice.
Yeah, the dice are, for me, they're mandatory.
I love
even more so than the Codex. I got to have them dice.
Are those dice? There's 0 pips on those, right? There's no drills. There's no anything. Right. There's literally just claw marks that they painted on. That might be the most legit rolling, no damn discrepancy, anything else. Like, I might get behind these dice, buy them myself,
Are you saying that there's no 3-dimensionality to the claw?
There might be 3-dimensionality to it, because it does have a symbol in there. If
the symbol is painted on, there's no 3-dimensionality to it.
They've been painted on for the $30 ones.
It's going to be very balanced, like a very balanced dice.
By the way, a public service announcement, the Titanicus dice are not very well balanced. So make sure you roll those out casino style with plenty of traction, plenty of tract, 2 to 3 feet on most of your rolls for the hit dice and the reactor dice. Otherwise, probably not fair. Just saying. But you do need them, so it is what it is right there. So lots coming out for the Space Wolves this week on the pre-order, and then of course the new release will be Titanicus. So if you're looking to score that Grandmaster Edition, the My Buddy game of the year from Games Workshop, get your $175 ish together, and boom, there it is. You and a buddy can get 2 of everything and start down the path to pew-pewing Titans all over the tabletop. Haspil, you got anything?
Shiny and chrome, man. Gorka Morka. They unleashed that Speed Freaks like tease. And Gorka Morka, I don't even know how old it is now. It's at least as old.
Second edition.
Yeah, it's old.
Late 90s.
Old game that was this orc racing game that was a heck of a lot of fun. It was just bonkers, nuts. And it looks like that's what this Speed Freaks game looks like. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it reminds us of Gorka Morka quite a bit. So,
and Haspil, can you tell from the way it looks, are all those items that are going to be in that box, are they new kits?
I think so. And GW released a commercial for it that was actually pretty incredible. It was like it looked like a car commercial, and it was really, really well done. And in the car commercial that they released was one of the old buggies from Gorka Morka. And it gets like destroyed by a wrench, and then they unveil this new kit. So it was not a buggy. I mean, I don't play orcs other than in Shadespire, but it was not a kit I'd seen before that I can recall.
Dude, I know exactly that buggy you're talking about. I played a guy back in 3rd edition and 4th edition. He played Speed Freaks, and those buggies are like burned into my mind. And they're like literally this big, smaller than my palm.
Tiny.
I mean, tiny looking. So I can only imagine GW is beefcaking it up, and I'm excited to see what it looks like.
And I'm going to buy this regardless. I mean, because I just need to have Immortan Joe and, all my war boys and everything. I'm just going to go straight Fury Road and just paint them all like that.
Haspil, real quick, give me 3 back-to-back quotes from Fury Road.
3 back-to-back quotes?
Yeah.
Well, mediocre, witness. One of them I'm reserving for when the orcs drop.
Oh, okay. So, I was trying to burn through your entire resume. I was like, okay, let's see how many he actually has.
That's bait. That's a good one.
That's bait.
Yeah. That's, but
now, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, that's all right.
So the box set itself looks, if you look at the pictures that somebody snapped in, definitely in a hurry, or maybe they're plants, whatever. Mm-hmm. There looks to be some game board components in there. Some of the bases look to be Titan size. There's definitely another vehicle for sure besides the dragster.
I like how you said that. Definitely. I see what you did there.
There's some darker sprues that look to have some rickety rattles of some sort. Not exactly sure, and there's definitely some dice in here that we haven't seen before with all sorts of different, looks like icons of like a targeting symbol, some stacks of bullets and all sorts of things. So it is probably a standalone game. It has a special chapter of the Beast Within, it looks like, or the Beast. So it looks to be about the same size as Titanicus, like box wise. So
wow.
Yeah, going to be interesting. The rumor is buggies, trucks, tracks, bikes, boys, and knobs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Very interesting. Who knows what the price point will this be? We'll find out definitely this weekend for sure. Anybody want to make a wild speculation?
Oh, let's do a Nova speculation real quick. Then we'll take a commercial break. All right, so sure. Nova's coming up 13 days. I believe Juice just informed us. I live on the wrong side of the country to attend, so I don't know much. I'm not keeping track of it, but so there's going to be a big FAQ afterwards, and we're going to speculate how that stacks up to the current beta FAQ that we're in. That's why I'm saying that, because technically, this, 0 to 3, Deep Strike, all these things that we're playing right now, they're technically in beta. So my personal prediction is just some of these things are going to be official, while some of them are not going to be official. They're going to be removed. What do you think? What do you think, Juice?
All right. Yes, I can see. I guess I haven't even thought so much. I'm just thinking about current rules in this. And so you brought to light an amazing point that we are literally still in that kind of phase for that aspect of the rules. In my mind, they're so embedded that I don't see them going back. I do believe that they should get rid of can't deep strike outside of turn 1 because, again, it's only it just hurts so many armies because not everybody has access to it.
It's garbage. It's a fundamental element of the game, and it's too restricted, especially since now they've gone because they realized how detrimental it was to say that they've backpedaled and had to come up with new rules within the rule to say like, well, if you're already on the table, it doesn't count. So you can Gate of Infinity, you can jump, or any other rule you can figure out that you started on the table. Oh, now we know the Zangor bomb's still real because they have the Dark Crystal relic. So these are all things that GW
Dark Angel, or excuse me, Death or Blood Angels can still do it with Banginius.
Yeah. So literally these are just things GW overlooked, knowing that we would discover them. So they come up with a second tier to the rule. I fully believe that like really all you're going to see in this FAQ is which parts of the beta are going to be for real ironclad and expanded upon. Like for example, 0 to 3, that's going to make the cut, but they're going to expand upon it is my prediction. Remember how we talked way back in the day about when the Tau Commanders came out? We said that should be for everything, but you got to pick and choose. You got to say it's for lords, demon princes, captains, big dick bandits in general, not every data slate in the game. So I believe. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going to say. So bold predictions, they are going to clarify what 0 to 3 means. I am with you. I think if I have an army and I have 3 Raven Guard shield captains with Thunderhammers and jump packs, I should not then be able to have underneath this rule 3 Blood Angel shield captains with, jump packs, and then have 3 Custodes shield captains. I don't know. If you're going to go, they're going to have to one-way rule for it or against it. Bold prediction also.
If I could expand on that before you move to the next bold prediction, it's basically the clarification element. Like you said, they're going to clarify what 0 to 3 means. We already have keywords. So they've already started using keywords in new ways and starting to show you what the greater plan for keywords are. You can see they had all these keywords jammed into these little boxes, and they told us in the beginning, there's nothing behind the curtain. They said, don't worry, they're all the same. But then when Denizens of the Warp dropped, that hot stratagem for the Demon Codex, they had to scramble. In my opinion is that they had to roll out something earlier than they intended, which was define faction keywords from normal keywords and basically restrict access to stratagems based on that, which I believe they were always going to do, but I believe their hand was forced early because GW didn't see the unforeseen consequences of Denizens of the Warp being demon keyword only. So I think that we're going to see that in this FAQ, and I think it specifically be attached to the 0 to 3. Just to expand on that, Juice.
Yeah.
Back to you.
No, I agree. So, two things to Robbie B's point of the Gorka Morka box. I would say it's going to be, that kit looks amazing. I'm going to put my bid in at $165. A little on the steep side, but it's going to be an amazing deal. And I think this is a game that people will play. I also believe, and we're gonna bring it in instead of broad strokes. We're gonna bring it in. I believe a couple wholesale changes are gonna be made. Points. Remember, the Saint was pointed out to the 200 mark. I believe that Mephiston and some of the other Blood Angels captains are going to feel that exact same thing. I don't think Thunderhammers are all created equal. They should not just be 15 points across the board. A Blood Angels Thunderhammer should be more than 15 points, considering they get +1 to wound.
Juice, let me cut in. I love what you're saying there. Do you remember when all plasma guns were 15 points? Even plasma guns inside of the arms of a BS4 guy, a BS3 guy, a BS5 guy, a BS2 guy, they were all fucking 15 points for some fucking reason. I used to always say that's dumb. They're not all created equal. Just do a little bit of extra work in that piece of literature and recognize that a Thunderhammer is not the same if the dude always has +1 to wound. It is not. It is worth more.
Not. Yeah,
but,
but
in game theory though, Juice, what's the point of having a USR for you that is free if it actually no longer is free because everything I want to attach it to costs more points? So that's like the devil's advocate. What, like, now the Red Thirst, or is it Black Rage?
Red Thirst.
The Red Thirst isn't a free USR now. Like, it's free for everyone who doesn't want to use cool weapons. So like, that's the devil's advocate. So I'm not 100% sold that they're going to do that specific wholesale change, but I think we're going to see changes similar to it.
Yeah. And now I would say one of the reason being too, is they have already went down in their chart flow where guard plasma guns are different for, a veteran versus a company command squad or something like that. They have already started down that path. Now, I don't think anybody has a problem. Everybody understands that the best scouts in the game are Blood Angels. Right? Like, if you go fisticuffs, they're literally the best because you get +1 to wound. So it's already built in with your Marines, with anything else. I'm just saying, I don't want to see a wholesale change that a captain, for example, a captain goes to 110 base points. That's dumb. That's that simple stuff. I think it's got to be embedded where you can still do your cheap shield captain. You can still do your cheap stuff, and benefit from, the Red Thirst, but put it on a power axe. Use a power axe.
Yeah, don't penalize the people just using them for buffs. You got to penalize the people who are using them for the shield, like the Slam Guineas factor. So basically they have to just look at what a Slam Guineas. They have to look at that and what makes him so good, and they have to point him appropriately because he's currently not pointed appropriately. And as far as we're on bold predictions, like point appropriation, like there's a difference between a broken rule and something being the wrong points. A shield captain isn't actually broken because of his rules. He does exciting things that a lot of things have access to in the game. The thing that makes him broken is his ridiculously cheap point costs. Same thing. Yeah. I think that they're going to change the points on plague drones, plague flies.
Yes, way too cheap.
They're not broken because the rules are broken because they're points. So I think that you're going to see that. But my biggest, because of this bold predictions, like we talked about the beta, they're going to do something there. I think, like I said, I think that we advocate that removal of deep striking. I don't know what the deep striking restrictions. I don't know what GW's plan is, but hopefully they have somebody assigned to listen to the show because we've been talking about this for a fucking long time. Universal stratagems. Give me more.
Mm-hmm.
Give me giving us the universal stratagems to deal with the things that you think are hard to deal with is a much simpler fix than constantly coming out with new pieces of literature for very specific units of very specific codexes. If everyone has a way to deep strike in the form of a universal stratagem, if everyone has like a servo skull universal stratagem to be like sort of an infiltrator or a scout to rebuff those things, that's better for the game, in my opinion, for game theory, than fuck this one unit and then you fuck that unit, then you realize there's 15 other ways to do it with other units. It's a downward spiral.
Yep. No, I agree. model that I'm going to pick out and look at, and this is outside of Eldar. I think Yunara needs to be fixed. It's so ridiculous that you can take Eldar or Dark Eldar detachments as it sits right now and make them Yunari with the Yunari keyword and still get the stratagem. Like, it's unbelievable. I'm so red in the face or blue in the face from talking about Yunari, and so I don't even bring it up anymore. It needs to be changed because it just needs to go, right? But I believe, bold statement, that the Plasma Knight, what is the name of it? The Castellan, one of those. There again, thank you, GW, for naming all your stuff the same. But the Castellan needs to change something. 604 points. The stratagems that they have access to make that model, I don't want to say broken, but it is the closest thing that I can think of that all a guy has got to do is sit back and can make it rain, and there's nothing you can do about it. I don't even think Magnus and Mortarion who are Primarchs are on this guy's level. It is actually actual gameplay. Give me all the CP in the world from Guard and stuff like that. And with the stratagem that this thing has access to, re-rolling every one that exists, the firepower, the relics, the invulnerable save that I can get, the 2 of armor save that I can get, it's a problem. It's a menace, and I don't know what game mechanics will happen that will have to change shy of either tweaking. I don't know if you go in and tweak its cost. If you say that you can only get 1 CP back a turn, which would limit how much this thing can actually do. But the Knight Castellan is an absolute problem.
That's a good statement. It's
Yeah, but don't forget, he's not sold separately. You got to buy bubble wrap for him too.
Yeah, well, Guard Brigade. We covered the best list of 40K last week. Guard Brigade, Sanguinius detachment in some shape or form this fucking night. So their bubble wrap has offense and tricks up these sleeves and CP farm. Slamginius detachment, whether it's battalion or it's Supreme Command, obviously provides a ridiculously easy to hide counterpunch with more CP farm tricks up these sleeves. And the Castellan, as Juice has just worked out, is ridiculous plug and play. So CP farming on my bold list of predictions, just like Juice was mentioning, CP farming is a problem with the game, right?
It's an actual issue with the game.
Super
absolutely.
issue. Like we talk about Agents of Effect. Agents of Effect is a big fucking problem. But Agents of Effect is not that big of a problem versus these Knight armies because the Knights have access to too many useful stratagems for Agents of Effect to stop. So this Castellan runs rampant all over that too. So I'm not even like, I'm like, as much as I despise Agents of Effect, it's not on my emergency FAQ list anymore.
No, because it's also not as good because it comes with CP farming in itself. Without its own built-in CP farm, you're only really going to get 1 or 2 out. But that's why a lot of people didn't understand when we talked about it. Literally, they have their own built-in CP farm also. That's how come they're able to do things more and more often. So, no, but top of the list has got to be those for sure.
Good section. Bold predictions post Nova FAQ. So let's take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, let's dive into some of these Space Wolf rules that we've been previewed to. Finally, the Long War swag is here. LongWarSwag.com, the official home of Long War merchandise. We've got a range of merchandise exclusive to the Long War brand, Next Level Painting, and Spikey Bits. Definitely log in today while supplies lasts.
Dear veterans, quickly, make your way to thelongwar.net and find out how to reap your hard-earned spoils of this long war. For our allies at secretweaponsminiatures.com have rewarded us all with an extra 10% discount on all Secret Weapon Miniatures merchandise. So stock up, dear veterans, and enjoy.
ElrixHobbies.com is your exclusive portal to upgrading your hobby. When you sign up at thelongwar.net, you gain an instant promotional discount good for 10% off at Elrix Hobbies. ElrixHobbies.com. Veterans, I've got news for you. Get your best deals online at dicehead.com.
Long War Vets, call or email for your best vet deals. That's dicehead.com.
And we're back. Robbie B, break it down.
So G-Dub put out a little bit of a preview today. Nothing too crazy, but enough to get people talking and busting out their Photoshop to try to decipher what the Wolf and Dreadnought is going to be. Oh, I let the wolf out of the bag. So first up, universal special rule for the Space Wolves is they will have +1 to hit in a turn in which they made a charge move, was charged, or made a heroic intervention, +1 to hit in a fight phase, plus characters with disability can perform a heroic intervention. After the enemy has completed all its charge moves, if there are any enemies within 6 inches of them, they can move up to 6 inches, which is, double what is normal. So that's pretty huge, as long as they end the move closer to the nearest enemy model. So we were talking about some threat ranges and such for folks there.
Yeah, and then just so it says move to the nearest model, just so anybody understands that heroic intervention, you can't move out of the way. Can't move farther.
Mm-hmm. No, just
come get you some.
I think that's to try to keep
Haspil as our resident Space Wolf player. +1 to hit in the first round of combat and doubling the range of heroic intervention. How does that make you feel?
That's really good. I really like that because that lets you cluster your HQs. I mean, if you do that, that's amazing. Now you're not just fighting one guy; you're fighting 3, or that unit that needs support that you can't attach guys to anymore. You can roll in there and still mess people up.
So I have a question for y'all 3. +1 to hit in the first round of combat or +1 to wound? What's more powerful?
I'd rather have +1 to wound.
+1 to wound is strong when you're considering these dudes already hit on 2s, rolling 1s.
Yeah.
But I think mathematically, wounding on a 3 versus one on a 2 and potentially doubling the amount of hits you get, I think I think on a fucking chart, that's stronger. So, like, when we're talking about a one bad motherfucker wounding, but when you're talking about a whole bunch of guys that go from hitting on 3s to wounding on 2s, I think that, like that doubling the hits, I think usually maths out better. If it's, you see what I'm saying?
So the Blood Angels would specifically help characters where these +1 to hit will help the Horde.
Correct. It'll help the chaff, or it'll really help guys who are using Thunderhammers or Powerfists that are -1 to hit that are back to hitting on 2s really.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that.
Yep.
So I think,
and then have a Wolf Priest somewhere around to reroll 1s to wound. That's a combo.
Mm-hmm. That's real life.
Yeah, Thunderhammers hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, reroll 1s.
It seems like you're gonna kill some shit. Or even if it's a knight, like if you spring on a knight and you're like, I hit on 2s, reroll 1s, and wound on 3s, reroll 1s. That's more damage.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's pretty. I think it's almost the same math, but it's like that's what I love about it is that it's very Space Wolf like. That like these rando dudes go in there and they get their hits, and like your special weapons like really land the hits. And Space Wolf's always been known for having like clutch Phantom Power Fists mixing the units and shit like that. So I think it's very Space Wolfy. And whether or not we debate forever if the Blood Angel version of it's better than the Space Wolf version of it, both are really effective, and I think they're both very characteristic of their armies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the reasoning is behind this quite yet, but Logan Grimnar's sled now has a 2-up.
Because he's a badass.
I mean,
real quick, is the Wolf Priest reroll hits or reroll wounds? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, we never misspeak.
That's what you think it's hit.
I never ran Wolf Priest, so I don't know.
Failed hit rolls in the fight phase within 6.
No, so that's even a better stack. So based on my math that I'm telling you, if you have a squad of dudes that hit on 3s with 15 attacks, and now they hit on 2s re-rolling ones because that dude's there, right? It's all hits. It's 15 hits.
The wolf
That's
priest
true,
is baller.
That's fucking 15 hits. Like that's really fucking good. So like these dudes snuck in around providing little bubbles for dudes on the counter charge is really fucking good. I love it. I think it's very Space Wolf. And so I like it for narrative and for gameplay.
Murder Fang now will have extra attacks, which is, I don't know. It means don't kill him even faster because he's going to hurt you more if he hits you.
Yeah.
Like as if you didn't kill him quick enough before.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets beefed up a little bit. As far as from the defensive end, you know what I mean? Because before he looked great, good model, all that stuff. Never got to do anything. Be dead like turn one.
And I'm sorry I'm still in this kick, but there has to be a character in there that does let you to reroll one. Because Chaos, we have the champion who lets us reroll wounds. In the fight
remember, they're bringing back they said they're going to put the lieutenants and stuff in here.
So the Wolfguard do the Wolfguard battle leaders already let you do something like that?
Let me check.
Because there's got to be a reroll one combo. So like I'm for wounds.
Because traditionally it's the leader, right, that would reroll to hit, and the Wolf Priest or the Iron Priest or anything else like that.
We
don't have lieutenants. We don't have lieutenants in here yet. They said they're coming.
Don't they have Wolfguard battle? Don't they have battle leaders?
Yeah, give me a sec. Logan rerolls failed hits. Wolf Lords are reroll hit rolls of 1.
Standard.
Within 6. Ragnar's failed charge. Crom is reroll 1s. Hit rolls.
Yeah, just so we're going to have to wait for a lieutenant.
Is there not a battle leader in that book?
I'm checking. There's a lot of HQs.
Oh, it's Space Wolves. But regardless, find that rule for us. But yeah, if Primaris are coming to it and we get a Primaris lieutenant, that's what they do as well. So I know in the future we're going to get one. I'm just wondering if we had one right now that's cheaper than a Primaris version.
They make regular lieutenants and then Primaris ones too, right? So like a Space Wolf, just regular lieutenant.
Oh, here it is. The battle leader reroll wound rolls of 1 within 6.
How many points is he if you can find that points?
Like mid 80s. Wouldn't you say they're Haspil?
He's got to be like 70 points. I guarantee you 70 points. 70 points.
I'm gonna go 82 with the bolt pistol.
I literally don't know. I played him.
Wolfguard battle leader, 60 points.
There it is.
Price is right.
The price is right. And he can have a bike, Terminator armor.
Jump pack. Give me a goddamn jump pack.
Thunderwolf, kind of the same.
No, I want fly keyword. Fly keyword. Tell me you can have a thunder hammer and a fucking jump pack.
No. Wait, melee weapons, melee weapon list, melee weapon. No, they don't have any option for a jump pack. Oh wait, here we go. May take a jump pack. Storm shield and can take Space Wolf melee weapon list. Yep. So that would make him 60 plus.
Wow.
Hold up.
15 40, plus 15.
So 105 points?
No, under that, right?
What is it?
35, 96 points. 94 points.
Oh my God.
Why do they not have the points?
This is my guy right here.
No. They don't have points for any of that. So I guess just no, that's Thunderwolf Cavalry.
There are points for these things, Rob.
Yeah, but not in here apparently.
In the index in the back?
Nope.
Got it. Space Wolf Index, no points. Whatever, you just make up points.
Yep.
No. This is one of the reasons why I didn't play Space Wolves when in 8th. Right?
There's no. Remember they had an FAQ.
It was a gigantic FAQ, and you needed like 30 pieces of paper to play the army. So I was just like,
I mean, I'm sure it's in Battlescribe.
I'm pulling it up now.
So George in the chat said something that I was about to say. It's like, so basically, Haspil, you can create an entire army of dudes who reroll 1s to hit, reroll 1s to wound, and hit on 2s.
Seems good.
That's good. And, like +1 to hit and reroll 1s to wound and reroll 1s to hit. Oh my God.
So Wolfguard can also apparently will have access to Cataphractii armor.
Oh shit.
Which I think allows them to just straight up deep strike with no stratagem involved. And Tartaros armor. Primaris Space Wolves will be getting a full boost. Wolf Lords, Battle Leaders, all that. And then the thing that we talked about a lot was the Wolfen Dreadnought.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing I saw was the Wolfen Dreadnought, because I'm all about the Wolfen. I love the Wolfen.
Okay, so there's I'm stuttering right now. There's got to be a problem somewhere. This jump pack on Battlescribe says it's 3 points.
People are telling me the whole configuration is 99 points.
99, yeah.
That means the jump pack is 3 points.
Good.
99 points is what Battlescry says it is. 60 plus 21 for a Thunderhammer, plus 15 for a Storm Shield, plus 3 points for a jump pack.
Is that Space Wolf jump pack only 3 points, or is it 15 like other people's jump packs?
Their Thunderhammer. Their Thunderhammer, for some reason, can he explain this to me? I'm Haspil. I'm feeling you, dog. Tell me how the Space Wolf gray version of a Thunderhammer with not +1 to wound is 21 points, but the red version that's +1 to wound is 15 points.
So I can see the Codex fixing some of these things if it's not already addressed in the FAQ, which I have no interest. If it's not in the FAQ, if I have no interest in pulling up, because they actually have more FAQ pages than Codex than index pages.
They're literally, yeah, it's brutal. It was all red when it came out. I was like, yikes.
This Hobo Baggins for 99 points
131
has the same number of attacks as a Banginius, baseline of 4. Hits on 2s. Literally, this cat, I might have to get behind this.
Right, because now he hits on 2s and he rerolls 1s to wound, right?
Hits on 2s, wound on 2s, reroll 1s.
That's what I'm telling you. It's going to be better. It's going to be fun.
And you're going to have someone else around. You're going to hit on 2s, reroll 1s. Hit on 2s, reroll 1s.
And it's 6-inch heroic intervention.
Haspil.
I'm telling you, this is going to be good. And this is only a battle leader, with barely any knowledge of what's going on. This is just comparing it to what's already good in other factions that's sweeping the nation tournament wise. This might be better right now with what we know about the Codex coming out.
Definitely. Well, I'm sure there'll be some sort of adjustment.
And I can't wait to see this. Oh my God, we got to make a prediction. Space Wolf stratagem. All of us. What do you predict is going to be for Sherzies a new, fresh Space Wolf only stratagem? Like, okay, what are the ones that came out chapter proof before we say any of those? They got psychic powers, which we knew about. They got a fake outflank, right? Wasn't that their strategy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or a real outflank. It's actually outflank, yeah, right?
I want to go first.
Go.
I bet they'll have something like Forlorn Fury, like the Blood Angels got, where they're like, I don't know, all winter's moon or the whatever moon, and they just get to run like crazy quick. That's it. That's all I got.
No, that makes sense.
Haspil can be our judge too on credibility.
Well,
Ooh.
I would like to see a stratagem that gives scouts OBSEC, because they're giving us the new land speeders that carry the scouts. And Space Wolf scouts are elites, so we've got a little bit better ballistic skill. But you know how you use those land speeders to move around and control objectives, we can't really do that. So I would like to see a stratagem that allows them to do that.
You ready for this one, Haspil? 3 CP. Wolfen. Keyword Wolfen model, infantry models, because I think there is a Wolfen Dreadnought. Keyword infantry Wolfen models will be able to deep strike or land within 6 inches of said character, whoever this is. This can break the rule of 9 inches.
Never going to happen.
This exists already. Custodians have this.
Yeah.
Custodians have this already. You can deep strike. You get to ignore the 9-inch rule and be 6 inches away. That's what I'm going with. You will get that.
In chapter approved, did they get a true grit or something like that?
They did have true grit. Let me grab it.
Because I remember it being weird. I was thinking because They've historically been known for that. Maybe I was gonna like my version of True Grit would simply be treat rapid fire X number as assault that turn. Would be an interesting Space Wolf stratagem, like one CP.
So choose a Space Wolf infantry from your army that is within one of an enemy unit in its phase. Models in that unit can fire their auto bolt rifles, bolt guns, bolt rifles, or bolt carbines. Oh, all the stuff the Primaris come with, as if they had the pistol 2 type. Models that do so cannot fire any other pistols in this phase.
So they have something like that. So because I could see that I could see there being, because I know they run across the table a lot. So I can see there being a stratagem. That's my prediction is going to be. There's a stratagem that's going to be like treat rapid fire, the number rapid fire as assault the number. Therefore, you can move, advance, and still shoot. I think that's Space Wolfy as fuck.
Yeah, that would be very good. That would be cool.
No, I'm not trying to come up with a groundbreaking stratagem. Just like about 75% of stratagems are like meh, inside of a book, and then there's like 25% of them are like, all right, this is why I'm playing the army. Like I'm taking the other side of it. It's like I can see this being in there.
I need this right now.
No. I'm gonna go with 2 CP. You get to pick a Wolfen squad and double move them.
Oh, I think the Wolfen will definitely have some sort of mechanic movement.
No, there was definitely, because I mean, with the Mark of the Wolfen, you could do that already back in 7th.
You had to roll it right at the beginning. You had to roll
it, but it was
literally it's just going to be. It's just going to be resources, 3 CP and double move them. 2 CP, double move them.
I could easily see that being a stratagem. That makes absolute sense.
Okay. Now that we see that, Haspil, go for launch. You now can hide. Because of this stratagem, that means you can now hide them in a advantageous spot behind line of sight blocking, behind anything else, right? And now, which could be a little further back from the gun line, which the only way that they made pay dirt is if they were on the gun line, so they can move as far forward as possible. Yeah. Now with this relic or with this stratagem, you could be 4 inches off the gun line safe. How do you feel? And still be able to make up that ground and keep going.
Honestly, though, what I would rather have, and this is the way I used to run them in 7th, is I would use the Thunderwolves to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thunderwolves would be in your base killing your men's while the Wolfen saunter up. So by the time you've killed the last Thunderwolf and you're like, oh man, we're done, right? Now the Wolfen are there going, what's up? We're in your hair, and it's game over.
Yeah. There's been a lot of salty tears on my, not salty, I'm just like that, but literally killing the Wolfen and then them killing my ass.
Yep.
That mechanic is unreal.
Because I used to really like that double move thing if I could roll it, because it was just like, I mean, back in the day, that was, oh, you have a knight? That's adorable.
Like, that's cute.
That's cute. Here's 10 Wolfen. Bye-bye. and then it never failed to. I would lose most of my Wolfen to the strength D explosion when the stupid thing exploded. That like always happened.
The good old days when there was D in 40K.
I loved it when you failed to kill the knight, and then the knight tagged you back, and you made all your storm shield saves, and then he stomped you, and just removed from play 3 dudes, and you're like, now you're dead.
Yeah,
because I'm swinging now. That was my favorite move. It's like, get the literal fuck out of here.
Yeah,
that was it tasted the sea.
The good old days. Well, they're coming back. Guard your knights. Wolfen are coming. For that sweet ass.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with the Thunderwolves, because I think of the iconic Space Wolf only units, the Thunderwolves need some love right now.
They dominated 40K tables across the oceans. Those models did. So I'm definitely ready to see them come back in full fury.
Thunderwolves were the heater back. So I'd like to see them come out. I can't wait. Like right now we have no fucking rules. We're just making predictions, right? Full fucking.
Yeah.
If for some reason you're coming into this podcast right now and you're like, are these real? None of this shit is real. We're just taking things that from the past, talking about them now, trying to make predictions for the future with like 2 fucking rules that we've read that are real. But we do think that even with this new couple of rules, this gives us enough data to extrapolate how good the book is going to be based on what's in the index and what was there in the past and what kind of strategies have been dropping for the Imperial Brethren across the board. And also knowing that X amount of the stratagems are going to be the universal stratagems for all Astartes. I think Space Wolves is going to be fucking dominators because they've historically been an incredibly balanced army. Like really
Can
good,
do it all.
Really good close combat, really fucking good shooting. I mean, like speed, everything you fucking want. That is what they've been good at. The only thing holding them back right now is a lack of a codex because codex right now brings stratagems. I think they're going to be sick as fuck.
I have one last prediction. Haspil, go with me. They are going to introduce the new weapons for all infantry models. The frost weapon archetypes are not just going to be a stupid pistol or some badass weapon that's on the flyers. They're going to be frost weapon rapid fires, frost weapon heavy weapons that like literally they're going to put frost everywhere. And they're going to give them that cool ass special rule that happens when the big flyer, shoots its frost weapons and multiple different. It's going to be the best plasma ever.
I got you, Haspil and Juice. There's going to be a frost gun relic.
Oh.
Guaranteed. It's going to be the sickest frost gun in the game.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I'm the denier right now because if they did all that, I'd be back in it. So I don't think they are going to do any of that. I think they're going to release a Space Wolf Codex that's not very wolfy, that's vanilla, that has a lot of Primaris Marine stuff in it that we don't care about, that we want wolf stuff. But I'm going to try to keep it positive. But the frost weapon stuff, like where would that be coming out? Because there's not a lot of new models. There's like one new model that I know of. That's it. And do we
upgrades
know that upgrades
$17.99?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, have we seen that?
$12.50. It's a real thing. It's on the list.
Is a frost gun on that?
Oh, do not know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there isn't an infantry frost gun. There's no models that are coming out with them. So I hate to be because I would love it. I think it would be awesome, but I hate to be the guy who's kind of peeing in the punch.
May you always keep it icy.
But I'm like, frosty. Unless I see a GW frost gun, I don't think that's going to happen.
Next bowl prediction: Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl.
I would rather just see some of the iconic. What I would love to see in the Codex is some of the actual like Space Wolf units that nobody else get all the love. And it's like, yeah, okay, we get the Primaris Marines and we get the normal attack guys and the scouts and whatnot, but I will want to see just legit like Thunderwolves, Wolfen, the Dreadnoughts, the characters like Ariok and stuff like that, like just like the Rune Priests, that kind of thing. That's what made me love the army. And if it comes out and it's just like, hey, you can have like a bunch of Primaris Marines, I'm like, yeah, well, I can just play regular vanilla Space Marines if I want to do that. Like, give me a reason I want to play Space Wolves, like, and not just normal Marines.
That's a great point.
It would be tragic to me if the Space Wolf Codex came out and I stood up opposite a Space Wolf army that looked like a regular Marine army, just the paint job was different. That would be a tragedy for me. I want to see Fenrisian Wolves. I want to see Thunder Wolves. I want to see Wolfen. I want to see just, the crazy flyers. Like, they're giving us the new flyers now, which is great. That's really cool. We needed that. They're giving us the Hunter and the Stalker. That's really cool. We needed that. You could make it up with Long Fangs, instead. In fact, I still would rather probably have Long Fangs, but they're more versatile.
No, you're right. You're right. I think that's the linchpin. We got all this narrative. We got all this fucking stories. We got all this fucking fluff, right? don't fuck up and lose an opportunity here, GW. Make sure that it still remain like we need a little bit of that narrative flavor. Don't make it just an excuse to sell the same models you already fucking printed out and just have your studio painters paint them gray, put them on, and take new pictures and put them on a box. Give us some of that love. Give us some of that history that, you know, which is why we all got into the game.
Mm-hmm. I think it's definitely easy to onboard onto a release with the Primaris and then all of those, the newer, like all the newer Space Marine stuff in the past 10 years. But yeah, definitely give us a reason why it's there and stuff like that. And obviously if you're, you know, out there and you're a Space Wolf player and you got a little extra coin in your pocket, scoop up whatever models you can find now, because traditionally stuff goes out of stock pretty quick when a new Codex release comes out. So you never know. I would imagine Wolf and Future's looking pretty good right now. Bye.
Stocks and Wolf and are skyrocketing.
Skyrocketing. Bye.
Yeah.
Thunderwolves, definitely a buy. So right now, with what we know, who knows?
No one knows, but just so we have a bookend here, I think that we did it. I think we covered everything that we said we were going to cover. Mm-hmm. Unless there's anything special, you guys know what to do.
Haspil, take us out of here.
Now this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The wolf shall keep it, shall prosper, but the wolf that shall back it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forwards and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.